ba 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 bum ba ba dum bum bum. If you're watching this after we've been live, I hope you enjoyed that. Guys, I was just about to pack up my tools and go away and enjoy my game week, enjoy my weekend. I'll be back on Sunday. We'll be doing something for the Celtic game. Maybe I'll be live stream watch along or something. But yeah, come back to the channel on Sunday. We'll definitely be doing something. No, yeah, we'll be doing a live stream watch along basically. Maybe a Twitter thing, maybe on Spaces as well, hanging about doing some of that stuff as well is what I'm thinking. But today, guys, all sorts of Bayern Munich DNPs have been coming out, as well as a bunch of other stuff, and it just feels like, whoa, maybe it's going to be my game week is what I'm thinking. And then, out of nowhere, we got the Mark Hodgson, my man, fist bump, good to see you. Happy Friday, happy game week. I don't think I've actually got my play page and all that stuff set up, but we just got the announcement from Sorare data, sorry, I beg your pardon, that we're getting Champ Euro Division 2. So I've had a once over of this as per, and I thought I'll just bugger it. Rather than make a video, let's just hop on live and we'll dive into this, get your inputs on it as well. And yeah, let's just see kind of where it goes and how it goes kind of thing. I think we've kind of known that it's been on the cusp for a little while, you know, because when we got the Bundesliga announcement, Bundesliga 2 was like properly included in the announcement as part of what they got. And it was kind of like the La Liga one, La Liga 2 was there, but it wasn't like front and centre on presentation day, the same way as it was with Bundesliga 2. So we have kind of known that it's been there. And I think again, I'd kind of said they're never going to drop full divisions or anything like that in the middle of a season. Now, like, again, along with some of the other stuff we've had this week, it does feel quite 11th hour, you know, unfortunately. You know, it is in preparation for game week 300, and like I've said on the channel numerous times, that feels like a strong deadline that they have in their roadmap, you know, get so much stuff out by game week 300. So I think the coming week is going to be a hurricane of stuff that should be rolling out, because this is major. This is a whole new region out of nowhere, and it does a lot for championship cards. We've got some red X's and blue X's to talk about, of course, and yeah, I'll dive into the would you make it, the article, the posting. We'll go through everything they've said and how they've worded it as we normally do on the channel. And I'll be diving into the live chat and getting your thoughts and opinions on everything as well. I'm about to just do a little tweet. If you can do me a massive favour, if you can do me a huge, massive favour, I'm about to tweet out just saying we're going live. The press conference video is actually finished as well, and that is going to be live on your screens in 10 minutes. I may actually just change that to when I'm probably out of here. So the press conference, let's put that live for... yeah, I guess we'll hang about for... I'll put it on at 3, right? So the press conference thing will go live at 3. I guess we'll hang live for 40 minutes or so. I'm going to pop a wee tweet out just saying live and loud, and then a wee link to this. Live and loud, Champ Euro D2 on hashtag Sorare. Come shout at me. Boom. If you can do me a wee favour, like and retweet that for me. It's on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, please, thank you in advance. Fist bumps, of course. But the first thing I thought when I seen this news is Ao Tanaka is back in the house. And he's one of the legends of my club. He's been sitting there. Honestly, guys, my patience is not... You know, I've actually found it quite easy to be patient on Tanaka, because he did win so much so quickly. And it was easy to just think, oh, well, he's burned for now, and maybe he will return. Sold all my Division 2 cards, Mark Hodgson. Really dumb decision, but managed to buy an Etienne Green for 110 quid as it was announced. Connor Heibel, what have I missed? Well, Connor, let's just dive right into it. I do need to set up my little play page because, yeah, we're just looking at the stadium. This is the FC Barcelona stadium, by the way, guys, in case you weren't aware of that. This is the stadium for all of us. There we go. Play page is up and running. Beautiful. You managed to snipe anyone when announced? Well, I've actually been picking up Marcelino Nunez's for under 23s anyway. Now, this is actually one of the very important details of this. Where is the announcement? This is one of the important details of the announcement, is what happens to championship players, because they've been a very, let's say, prominent dynamic in Challenger Europe, under 23s, All-Star, whatever. The utility in the championship is really the 46 games, the midweeks as well. That's the main thing that we get from it. got a little. Where the hell was the poster? There it's there. So, right. So we're getting now, starting from game week 300. Players that play in the leagues below will be scored in Sorare football. Bundesliga 2, La Liga 2, Serie B, French Ligue 2, and then the Championship. Okay, which was previously covered. Now all these leagues are now getting full SO5 coverage. So those red X's are now gone, if you're catching up with what's going on. The blue X's, the red X's for all these guys in the second tiers are all gone, and they are now fully scored, okay? They're rolling out a new region called Second Division Europe. You can probably imagine how it goes. The rewards will only be these types of cards. The competition requirements are just the exact same as every other region. Limited, rare, rare pro, super rare, and unique. Everything's the exact same. Now this is the most important thing for me, right? As championship players that were previously in Challenger Europe competition when it opened, these players are now will no longer be eligible. I was about to use mode word, sorry. They will be no longer eligible. They will no longer be eligible in Challenger Europe and will only be eligible in Second Division Europe competitions. They do go on to state that they will also still be available for all global competitions like All-Star, Under-23s, Specialist Underdog, and any of the weeklies in general, Legends, and whatever else. Okay. A lot of the players get their start in European Second Division. We are excited for Sorare managers to scout talent, all the rest of it. Now, this is actually the first time I read this paragraph right now. This is actually something that might be underappreciated by perhaps some of you guys in the audience today. But the amount of transfers, see, like, we were talking about this, me, Hendor, McBride, but see some of the really good challenger cards that come out of nowhere every season. They come from Bundesliga 2, they come from France Ligue 2. Some of the great MLS players we've had rock up out of nowhere come from Ligue 2, come from Bundesliga 2. La Liga 2 is where Darwin Núñez kind of came to Europe through, who's obviously went to Benfica then to Liverpool, if that makes sense. So these divisions are definitely not like dross, in my opinion. Some of these divisions are actually better than, like we got Rosenborg this week, right? I'm going to say 75% of the Norwegian league would be dross on this platform. Same with like, and don't get me wrong, there's a place for that, right? But I think the opportunity to get guys that are in this division, the only guys I've got that really spring to mind, let's have a look and see everyone that I've got. I don't think I'm going to have many, but we should have, so La Liga, no, I don't have any La Liga 2. Let's try Bundes. Right, so I've got 4 Bundesliga 2 cards. Yanis Lang, I didn't know that's where he was playing, and that's a kind of doubler. That's cool. But Ray Bigger, I'm buzzing to get him, by the way, because I was hoping to see him in action this year. Serie B, I've got 1 card in Serie B. Who's that? Lincoln? Lincoln's in Serie B? Fucking jackpot, by the way. How? Who with? Is this one that people know about? Is this one that people know about? Is Lincoln still priced cheaply? And is that Cruzeiro? Oh, it's the wrong Serie B. Cruzeiro in Serie B in Brazil. Jesus Christ. Is that what he's playing now? No way. That's atrocious. So don't go buying Lincoln, right? That's the wrong Serie B. So let me put it in again. Serie... Yeah, I don't have any Serie B players. Championship. I've got 8 cards. Okay, cool. What have I got? Let's take away the Bundesliga 2. So I've got 2 Nunez's. I've got the Bastion, the Hoodwinker, Molde. One of you amazing guys got it for the foundation. Muric, of course. And then in Cham and Harwood Bellis. Now, Company is a manager, so I'm not going to really be using him. And Snoddy is actually on his way to... It sounds like he's on his way to Motherwell. And then what was the other division again? Ligue 2 in France. No, none of them for me. So I don't actually have that many that are benefiting from it. And maybe I'd hope for some of my bum goalkeepers to go to these divisions. Brazil, Serie B, not Italy. Misaki, great catch. Ao Tanaka time, Rascal, you're right there. Fist bump to all you, by the way. Mark Hodgson, good to see you. Alex von Vogelpol, fist bump, good to see my man. Barnsley, Connor Heibel, of course, at Harco. Giacomo Zamboni, fist bump, good to see my man. We've got you coming from all corners of the world today to see this new division announcement. So I think, you know, it's overall it's decent. I suppose that it's a new region. It doesn't really take anything away from the current congestion or whatever. If you had championship cards to play challenger, you are going to be pissed off, quite rightly. But you're either going to have a head start advantage on this division early doors if there is some premium cards to be won, like some really apex. Like Ray Bigger, I don't know if he's playing. Let's go and have a look, right? But Ray Bigger's like a high prospect German youth international, right? And he's went to, I want to know before I look, sorry, I want to say Firth. I want to say he went to Firth, the green team. I'm sure it was a green team he went to. Ray Bigger. Firth, yeah, he went to Firth. Let's see if he's playing. Nah, he's been on the bench. Damn it. He's got 6 minutes. Let's hope he maybe gets some minutes and stuff. But let's just have a look at Bundesliga 2, because Bundesliga 2 is a decent division. La Liga 2... Oh, do you know what's going to be crazy, by the way? See if we do have... Oh, let's just go and check that out, by the way. See if we do have La Liga 2. See if Barca B are in that. La Liga, no, I go down to Spain. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. Spain. This is why you come here, guys. This is the stuff that I find that it's probably not going to get uncovered anywhere else this quickly. And it's just something to keep in your mind. You know, that's going to be the difference maker, but it might be, you know. And no, they're not here. But Barcelona B are normally in this division. We've got Villarreal B. Granada. So if you had Granada cards from last season that got relegated, or Alaves cards for that matter, they have now just became a bit more noteworthy, let's say. Malaga right at the bottom. I was hoping Barcelona B were going to be in here, and it'd have been a sneaky way to get some cheeky Barca wonder kids as rookies, you know. That might still happen. I could have swore they were in that division. They must have got relegated at some point. And let's check out Bundesliga 2. We should have some powerful teams in here. Also Hamburg. So Fiago is going to be so happy they can get Hamburg cards and boss a division. Heidenheim are a very attacking team. They've been that way for a number of years at this point. St. Pauli, of course. Yes, we can get some St. Pauli cards. Fucking jackpot. They've got Jackson Irvine in midfield, don't they? They've got Jackson Irvine in midfield. Yes, I'm buying that. He's probably terrible. Sorare data probably doesn't have the details yet. But I'm definitely getting a Jackson Irvine. No two ways about it. That's a great card for me. It plays for St. Pauli. Used to play for Celtic. And yeah, that's cool, man. Jonas Egestein. Oh, he's maybe get cards. I think he took a loan in Belgium and was rotten. He's been rotten in the Bundesliga. Johannes Egestein. Yeah, St. Pauli. I think he's got cards. Yes, he does. None on the floor, but they're all gone. Except for a wee limited... I want a wee cheeky simple. What would that? I've only been playing him in specialist and stuff. Striker. I don't really need another one. I'm not going to waste. I'm not going to impulse buy this guy. But I could maybe get him in a Sapoli card. That may be a bit more fun. Eric Anders Smith. That's a fun name. And yeah, so a decent wee outfit. Let's see what happens. And St. Pauli, like, they got into the Bundesliga once, like, recently, but they're very much a Bundesliga 2 team, unfortunately. Let's hope they have a good year this year. Nuremberg are a big team. Firth just get relegated. Bielefeld just get relegated. Dusseldorf is where Tanaka's at. Hamburg, traditionally a big team. You know, in Hamburg, this is the only time in history that they've been out of the top flight. They were one of the, you know, until they got this relegation a few years ago. So they should be looking to bounce back. And Kaiserslautern are a massive team. Hansa Rostock as well are one of the only teams really from Eastern Germany. And Hannover 96 are in this division. Hannover were a long-standing Bundesliga outfit. So, you know, fair enough that these guys are here now, right? Magdeburg, I think they've got some sort of connection to Celtic as well. So I might get a card or two from them if they've got any nice players. But anyway, I digress. So I think it kind of sucks for the championship cards if you'd bought any for playing them in Challenger. Pardon me, I'm burping, and I've just realised I've not set my lights up and stuff yet from the press conference. But I want to catch up and see what you guys are thinking. Championship, new cards. Yeah, so will they license? So that's the part of give and take part, right? Losing the championship from Challenger. Are they going to license the championship? Are they going to take it from a competitor, potentially? Or is it maybe not exclusive, those rights, and then Sorare can just eat up that kind of end of the market as well, potentially? So maybe we'll have championship cards inbound. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Kane Carnage, fist bump, good to see my man. Charlie Dunbar, 1 week notice is very poor. Yep, I would agree. Why not announce this in that MLB live stream thing? Charlie, I'm on the same page as you, buddy. I do think it's very much 11th hour, and like I was saying with Harry, I think that the only thing I can get in my head, like why wouldn't they have, is that they are at the mercy of, you know, the license holders to authorise such things, you know. I don't think they intend to do these things in the timescales. In terms of actual this delivery being the 11th hour, I don't think that's intention. I think that's circumstantial in the sense that maybe they're waiting for something to be done, you know. But it is very poor. I'm not happy Simo says, I'm not happy at all. Lots of accounts must have been tipped off weeks ago. Yeah, a bunch of accounts like a month ago, 3 weeks ago, were definitely scooping up D2 cards. That was noted and spoken about by a lot of people, it must be said. This happens literally every time a new league or something comes on. If the league via the league and people hear about it, yeah, we don't like it. Important that they are minting cards or the ones that exist already score. Yeah, so the ones that already exist now score, Giacomo. So, you know, if you have a card, it scores now. They do have we got Monza as a Serie B team, but Serie B was not scored at that point. And obviously we know the full Bundesliga 2 is licensed as a division, as is La Liga 2. So I do expect them to just say they will now come through auctions as they do. Or, you know, they will need, because it is a full region, so they will need to populate it so people can enter it. So that will be quite interesting in the initial waves, I suppose, how all that's going to, you know, how will they release the D2 cards in. Maybe it's a good time as well to kind of take market focus away from some other cards that people were upset about getting new issues or whatever as well, because these should be less desirable. So the primary market should have less eyes and wallets on it, and then some of those eyes and wallets maybe go to the secondary market, and that's maybe some of the action people are after. Relegation lover, look at this account of fist bump. Them being allowed in U23 is an awful decision. Simply Alex tweet explaining it. Is it terrible? I've got 223 mids, so my first thought is yeehaw, right? If Alex has got a tweet, let's go and look at it, right? Alex has got a tweet. Let me go and find it, and then I'll put it on screen. Simply Alex. Now we like Alex. We like. I'm trying to start this thing where I call Alex Lex in private, you know, and I need to. So Alex or Lex. How do I play? No, not that. Increases supply. Worthless players become invaluable. Decrease in value for winning the leagues. Is this the tweet that explains it? I was expecting a thread. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting a thread. Let's put the thing up. Right. So this is Alex. Eligible in All-Star Under 23 Specialist Underdog in the weekly. Horrific decision. Massively increased supply. Worthless players become valuable. Decrease in value for winning the leagues. I would probably disagree because these guys can get promoted and get transferred. Really, like, if they're that good in that division, like, these guys don't stay Division 2 players for very long, you know, like, it is a very busy market for transfers of players in and out. And I do think if you're on a budget, it gives you a puncher's chance of getting, especially in the limited sections, it does give you a puncher's chance of the right result going your way. But again, like Division 2 teams, like, you can look at any league in the world, any dominant Division 2 team, two things happen. They either get promoted and then they're out your hair, they go somewhere else, and that's a reward. You know, you're then get a champion Euro card, you know, that's the way I suppose that they want that progression to feel like. And we've spoke about that on the channel before, and we spoke about potential expansion in Challenger Europe. I did 2 or 3 videos on that earlier this year, in the back end of last year, where we spoke about all this kind of stuff. It says, I'm getting repeatedly asked to please look at the account. Relegation lover. I'll pull it up for sure. Relegation lover. Oh, he's got a Genoa page. Oh, let's see what's the damage. So he loves his Genoa. He's got a bunch of commons. So when did he start? 23rd of July. You know, this is a bit tongue-in-cheek, isn't it? Quite coincidental that he loves relegation and he's just found the platform. He's got a Rosenborg card. Yeah, so this guy's got the wrong end of the stick with the Lincolns, I think, hasn't he? Where's Cuisance playing? Venezia, oh, of course, yeah, Serie B. Oh, Venezia, yeah, they've got like Busio and a few Sorare cards. Actually, they signed a few guys. I don't think Cuisance is somebody I would be interested in. Fabregas has went to Serie B with like a cool team, Como or something like that. Like Como, I'm sure he's playing at. Just taking a wee fancy retirement. But yeah, this guy's gallery is all red X's are all about to disappear. Kelvin Yeboah is at Division 2? Oh, do you know I've relegated, of course, that was a permanent signing. Who's it? Thomas Estevez? Don't know him. Wow. 14 pages of cards. Oh no, that's commons. 13 pages? Let's call it 12. 12, 13 pages, basically the same thing. Oh, how many uniques has he got? 10? Oh, cheeky boy. Oh, wow. Eo Tanaka unique. I think Pavel had that for about 4 ETH. Somebody had that for about 4 ETH. Was it Pavel? Maybe. Somebody was selling that for about 4 ETH. And then when did it sell? Oh, a couple of days ago. Eo Tanaka, he's going to be an absolute killer, man. Hopefully, I don't even know if he's doing well in Germany, SO5 wise. I know he plays often enough, but yeah, I don't really know how he's getting on necessarily. We'll soon find out, I suppose. It sounds very low, or is it just me? Is it my sound? I don't know. It depends where the microphone sits sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. I want to catch up with what you guys are saying, because I'm aware that it's quite a lot. Still waiting on Sweden and the Nordic. Yeah, that could be fun. How is it logical that a Paderborn stack can compete with a PSG stack in Global All-Star? I have no issues in the addition. I think it... Well, where's the logic in, you know, a top-end Korean team competing with PSG? It's basically the same thing. The other thing I was going to say with these teams is that they get promoted, they go to champion, whatever. And then the teams that do... Some of those teams don't get promoted, and some of them fall apart. They sell their best players, you know, so... Like, you don't really get long-standing domination in these Division 2s. It's a real revolving door of up-and-coming stories through the pyramid, and then, like, falling Phoenix clubs, and, you know, all this kind of stuff is going on in this division. It's actually, you know, in the... You know, the limited kind of experience I've got of watching these second tiers from a distance in terms of results and dominance and whatever, is that you don't get, like, you can't look at a team and go, oh yeah, they've been bossing the championship for the last, you know, maybe like a team that gets close to the playoffs a couple of times and falls apart, but those teams don't exactly dominate the whole division the whole year, otherwise they would get promoted. So if anything, those nearly teams are maybe the ones you want, but then the nearly teams, if you've got the star player in them, he's probably going to get sold. So I don't think there's any long-standing dynamics. My opinion. Happy to be, you know, feel free to try and change my mind, and I'm open to that. But I'm just telling you what my kind of initial thoughts on that is. So in Global All-Star, yeah, bring them on against the PSG. That will then put them off. Putting them in Global All-Star, and it'll keep them in champion or under 23 or wherever they feel, you know. So it's cool, I think. I think it's cool, you know, my first thoughts. We're doing this live, guys, do not forget. We're going to be live for another 20 minutes, and then after we finish live, the press conference for FC Barcelona will be live on the channel. It's only about 5 minutes long or so. Balotelli, I don't think Balotelli was going to D2, was he? He was going to Brescia. Yeah, he's trying to... No. He's trying to go to Switzerland. Totti, let me know. Where's Balotelli and where's he going? Yeah, Velasco Masaki's kind of said what I've said. Cool, didn't know about the licensing shares. No problem. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Going to reduce the further... No, because I don't think, like, realistically, right, I was saying this on the stream, right, we should look at the under 23 pool, right? If you want to look at the under 23 pool, when you look at the stars, right, that star list, when everything's licensed, should be packing. None of these guys should really get anywhere near it unless they are, like, top talents, you know? Like, because the star tier, when everything's full, you can make a list very comfortably of about 20 cards who are going to be worth over an ETH that are star category guys that are not even goalkeepers, you know, like Pedris and Dembele's, all sorts of guys, you know, all over Europe. So I don't think these guys, unless the market data really forces them up, I don't think the SO5 data, because Sorare will probably also, or maybe they will also, kind of handicap that division in terms of the global prize pool for it being, you know, it's a champion division 2. It's not really, you know, it's not got the potential to get midweek utility out of nowhere. They're not going to qualify for continental competitions or anything like that. I don't know if there'll maybe be some sort of prize pool handicap to make sure that the star tier doesn't become dominated by division 2 cards. So maybe that's something to discuss further, I suppose. Great. Thanks for bringing that up. Please look at that. Yeah, we've done that. Second division is going to be like under 23s, can only be a season ahead. Yeah, exactly, Patrick Perry. And, you know, that's kind of fine. If you see a team that get relegated and you think they've been picked apart or whatever, or you see a team in there that maybe bought smartly, they've got some loans from like Bayern 2 or something, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's my thoughts. Afternoon, guys. It's a disgrace that these are new divisions being added in Global All-Star under the 23s, leaked weeks back and added into Game Week 300. So close to selling up after this. David Taylor, I understand your frustrations totally, buddy. And I do think this whole 11th hour part is probably, because, again, somebody said it earlier, like the baseball announcements, like, you know, there needs to be a reason why we're finding out this 11th hour, basically for me to be, you know, passive on that. But It is shit doing it. Like, we've just locked in for 298 and they're telling us this comes in for game week 300. How are they going to populate teams? And because they can go into global and they can go into under 23s. If there's enough outrage about it, I suppose they will change things. I suppose if it depends. They'll have modelled it out and they'll be looking at the scores. And there might not be that, like I'm saying, there might not actually be that much quality, or there might not be that much dominance in these divisions where this impact that we're worried about is actually a thing. I don't know. But I do share your frustrations, David, on the announcement for it, because I'm thinking, like, when I pick up that Marcelino Nunes the other day, fantastic. I can use him in Challenger or U23. Fits my club perfectly, jackpot. And now I can't play him in Challenger. Now, that's, for me, not really the end of the world. I can still play him in U23. But if I now all of a sudden couldn't play him in U23, you know, I would be pretty upset, because it's like, why not? Everyone else gets into U23, whether they're from Korea, Japan, America, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, you know. So I think we need to choose what we're being picky about in the under 23 category. With global as well, I think it's very easy to say global's no holds barred. It's the toughest division. You can do anything in there, you know, and I'm kind of happy with that. I don't feel there's much of a problem with that. I think the line is drawn now, but I think women's football, that's been spoken about before, I think that is the step too far into this global and under 23 mix around. I don't see that getting integrated successfully. But I think this is the line, you know. Division 3s and stuff like that, and some other division, you know, I think this is the line, because these Division 2s are properly funded with decent teams in them, you know, and they do take great prospects on loan. They do have good academies themselves, some of them, and sometimes we might get like Barca 2 in the division. You can get some amazing rookies, like the guy that's at Bruges, Jutka, or whatever the fuck his name is. He was at Barca 2 for years, kicking ass and not getting recognition, so that could have been a fun card to have. It makes it tougher for more casual players who want to just follow the top leagues. They will be less likely to play the game now, which is bad for the growth of the game going forward. Yeah, Ryan, I think you may have a point on that, but I think if you want to follow the top leagues, you're already up against that in All-Star anyway, with like Cecilia and Carlos Hill and these random no-namers that are bosses, Kikuchis and whoever else, you know, that is the ones that are, you know. So I don't think that really stands up for too long, really, you know. That's my, but I do understand, you know. I just ridiculous. Yeah, fair enough, Simon. Really bad look. Yeah, very bad look. 12 pages from all under a month ago. This is insider trading, simple as that. Yeah, he's definitely known something. There's no two ways about that. That's stupid. All within the month. Yeah. Jonathan, there were other things like pictures updating. Oh, really? Balotelli? Ferris? So, Totti, tell me what you were saying about Balotelli. Look at the championship players. They don't score that great. Yeah. They will never compete with PSG or Bayern. Yep. Yeah. Harry Trades has made a killing. How? The market will move a lot in the coming days because of this news. We could see a huge sell-off. Yeah, I do think there's a lot of people that will be upset by this, but this being included in All-Star under 23, I don't really think is a problem. If you think that's a new region and it's just more stuff, you don't need to play it. Like, you don't need to buy this. You don't need to buy the cards. Like, if you win them, sell them. You know, like, you don't need to compete in those divisions. You know, like, I don't know. Totti get mixed up with the Balotelli. Jesus, that's crazy. Someone's absolutely rolling in it. That's a little dodgy. Yeah, I think we're all talking about this relegation lover. Maybe they plan to release it later, but a lot of backlash over rewards and stuff pushes it forward. Ryan, that's actually, you know, that's a great observation. So thanks for adding that in. Because of everything that happened yesterday and over the last day or two, maybe they're just like, fuck it. Give them everything we can now. Just push it out, get it out now. They want stuff, give them stuff. Maybe that's what's happened. That's a fair point, Ryan. Would we give, if that was the tactic, would we give them credit if they said that in the comms? We were planning on doing this for game week 310 or whatever, but we're going to do it now. If that was the comms, would we feel differently about it? Does this mean the championship will come? Chrissy Quirk's asking. I think it's on the cards, man, because they're definitely NFT fantasy football game because they're on another platform already. I guess is their solution for reward supply. I guess like for the back end of global and stuff, it definitely helps, but there's still so much of those pools that we just don't have access to at the moment anyway, because we don't have new season La Liga, Bundesliga, blah 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 anyway. The pools are on their knees with 21-22 season cards or current season non-EU cards. So there's still much more to come, and I just think this fattens the goose in that respect, you know. The only positive I can see is the prize pools for under 23. Yeah, David, I think you're right there, buddy. Does this mean... Yeah, I think I caught that. Sorry. Metal Gear. Are there any mentions of the rewards in these new Division 2s? They will only be the guys that you can... It's like every other region. You will only win cards there that you can play there, you know. If the championship cards come in, I love it. I think the championship's a great license to capture, so yeah, I'm all about that as well. I bet casual players would know much more about those divisions. I think there's a lot of fans out there of Division 2 teams that adopt elite football because their team don't get promoted. So I think you'll see like Norwich, or maybe Norwich is a bad example because they've been in the Prem, but like, I don't know, think of a perennial championship team that just never gets promoted, like Rotherham or Preston, or, you know, these types of clubs. Those hardcore fans, man, they'll be all over this stuff. You know, they'll have a great time playing against PSG and Bayern and going, hey, Preston North Ends, you ain't got no fans. Welton Raiders getting involved. In there is so little cards actually being added. People are overreacting. Yeah, perhaps. I think Sorare aim is to remove all the red X's, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's a great sentiment as well. I can definitely go along with that. Sorare Oderine, fist bump, good to see you. Do Sorare have the rights to the championship? Not yet in terms of licensing cards, but they've been scoring it for SO5 since I've been on the platform. And it's available because a competitor does have it, you know. Good for picking up players on loan as well, Barnesy. Yes, guys that came out of academies that go on loan. You know, I love that shit anyway. This is just another avenue we can... try and make good from that, so I'm buzzing. This announcement is just for covering the second leagues. There's no mention of cards going out. No mention yet, but we know that they have the Bundesliga 2 license and the La Liga 2 license, and there's good suspicions around Serie B. We did get Monza when they were a Serie B Red X team. Obviously they got promoted, which is quite fortuitous. They renewed Saint Etienne, as you remember as well, made a big deal about it, even though they just got relegated. So we do have Saint Etienne, and if anyone else has been relegated, then we'll have them also potentially being re-signed. You don't need to worry about like, oh, they're going to stay on or whatever. So I think new cards will come at some point. I'm going to take a pause for the cause, guys. We're only going to be streaming for another, I don't know, let's say 7 minutes or so. Alex Wilson, fist bump, good to see you, my man. I've had a great start to the game week. Overall, I thought this was like, I knew this would cause some upset. I don't really understand the details for why, and I think talking to you, I get it, you know. For me, it's the last minute part of it all, and like, I think the people that have got the most right to be upset is anyone that has English Championship players that don't play under 23s, and we're planning on playing Challenger with them, because that is like 11th hour, like if you've got a Harwood Bellis or a Nunes or a Joe Perot or a Muric or whatever, and you're planning on playing those guys in Challenger, like, the jig is up, you know. So that's shit, you know. But like Ryan Wilkinson was saying, if it is a fact that they've just done it rapid to get, I don't know, this for that angle, I think we could have had advance notice of something. But otherwise, yeah, they can still win U23, and that's my primary reason for mine. So me personally, like, you know, as I've explained, that's kind of my stance on it. And I'm happy to have my mind changed, of course. Pavel just went from a millionaire to a billionaire. I got some guys from second division. I got 5 from auction. I entered the game, put $10. Wow. Brilliant. Well done, man. Pablo Valentin on the hustle. Loving life. Good to see it. Yes, I'm going to chill out for the last little bit of this stream. And yeah, great game week. A lot of great Celtic content on the channel as well. And the podcast went out with the Celts are here. Make sure to check that out on all the podcast places. Had a great time with Declan going through that. And it sounds like a few of the things we were chatting about is kind of showing, coming to the surface already this game week. So if you were on Play Sharper and thought that Turnbull had a 90% chance of starting, you know, you'll see after the deadlines came in, Celtic sources are announcing and confirming that Rio Hatate is going to be in the squad. And we all know the manager loves Rio. So yeah. Yeah, magic. I'm buzzing, guys. I'll only be here for a couple of minutes. Let me know your thoughts. Anything else to add into the conversation about Champion Europe Division 2, the new region that we're getting. Again, for anyone just catching us, it's a full new region, top to bottom. It's going to have super rares and limiteds and uniques and all sorts of stuff. Boom. Over here. So, yeah. This is what you were asking there. The rewards are only going to be starters and regulars. So there's probably enough teams and rewards that they don't need to give out the squad backup DNP guys from this. And maybe any DNP cards, and they kind of try and keep them reserved for like the elite guys that just don't get a game for Bayern or PSG, or the rookie that made the senior squad but never plays minutes, that kind of profile. But these DNPs, there seems to be no plans to reward them. So if you're worried about getting worthless people, they've already kind of stated starters and regulars only as rewards. They'll probably try and sell. With these guys that are like common DNPs, they normally try and get like, now in today's world, maybe 2 or 3 rares at them, and then maybe like 50 limiteds, and see if people buy them and if they use them. So you'll probably still find that to that extent they'll still have some sort of issuance. Oh, it was a late one. I tried to watch the Sorare Andrews comeback last night, but it was a wee bit late for me, and then I had to come in here, of course, and get the press conference and everything sorted. Are we still on play page? Yeah, we are. Sorry, I've just got a wee music claim to put away. And yeah, the press conference will be live in on the hour, 3 o'clock. So make sure to check that out. It was good fun this week. It's nice and short. The first one I did was nice and short, and I quite enjoyed it. And then the next 2 were a bit longer. I was like, how do I keep these as short? Because I don't want them to be long, So I got this one to be nice and short. It's a good laugh. I talk about a few different subjects actually, kind of in this, kind of format, which is quite fun. So I hope you all enjoy it. And I hope you all have a great game week, of course. The end product is live on video form on the Sorare TV YouTube channel. It's live as well on all the podcast outlets, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Of course, guys, we've got about a 50 VCR. Please do like the stream before you leave. We'll be live for another couple of minutes, but please do hit the like for me. Thanks to everyone who's participated in the live chat. Keep them coming, guys. Maybe there's some more thoughts to be had. I don't know. I think I've caught everything in the live chat. If you did put something in the live chat and I didn't catch it, speak now or forever hold your peace. But yeah, Eo Tanaka's back in the house. Buzzing. Yeah, I think, maybe that may be all, guys. Maybe that may be all. Let me know. Let me see. I've got a good start to the game week. I don't want to finish on any kind of, down note, but this game week, guys, is going to be popping for me. All these DNPs are coming out and stuff already. It's just music to my ears right now, And we've got Isaka, who's played already, dropped a 76 in underdog for us. Yippee-ki-yay. Let's hope Morris Jens gets his start. Let's hope Kamala gets his decisive. He's overdue one. And let's hope Angelino breaks over 50. And maybe... Starting off with 76 is huge, man. Especially this early in the game week. He came off the bench at half-time, which is why I only put him here, because I had no idea if he was even going to feature. Because with these Champions League games in Asia, sometimes the guys don't play at all, or they rotate a game in and a game out, this kind of stuff. So 5-0 win for Urawa Red Diamonds, and 2 assists from the bench for the legend that is Arturo Isaka. Challenger Europe's only got 143 entrants in it, and I'm quite hopeful, man. We're going to get right in amongst it this game week. Kyogo Furuhashi is in the tier 1 super rare pool. Soleil's now been added in. He wasn't there before. McGregor's there. He wasn't there before. Andres Dreyer is there as a Midgetland card. Interesting. So this pool's got way better since I entered. So I'm super buzzing that the prize pools are looking hot. The competitions that I've entered against. This is my main team, All-Star Rare Pro, of course, as you know. Can we get top 100 and try and get a tier 1? Hopefully top 20 and we pull a star. Stars are loaded. We've got Mbappe, Kimi, Donnarumma, Neymar, Messi. All the big boys are here. Tadic. And again, let's see all the stuff you're saying about Division 2s. There's people out there that would go, oh, I don't want a Dusan Tadic because he's a 30-year-old Ajax player in the star category. But there's many more of yous out there that will say, you're being stupid. You really want a Tadic, actually. Same with Nicholas Heidel at Rapid Vienna. So, there's a grain of salt to be taken with a lot of this, to be honest with you. Now, this pool's actually quite bulging with stars all the way. Some of these guys are maybe a bit questionable, the goalkeepers especially, for them being star level players, but there's still many guys that are not in this pool. Look how deep this pool is, man. Decent category of guys. So let's hope we get into the top 20. This team I'm quietly hopeful for. How many entries do we have into All-Star Super Rare Division? 475. Now, I need Mogru. Key's got a great fixture. I need those 2 guys to really deliver big time. And then I'm just crossing my fingers and toes. Giacomakis can come off the bench and do his thing, get a goal or 2. get between 5 and 10 on his all-round score with a couple of shots and whatever. And Captain Rio starts and has a world day of a game. And this team, star rare and star super rare. We could get a Tadic, a Veerman, Depay, Carlos Hill. Some of these guys are cool. Some of them are better than others. Turnbull, I don't think I'd rate him as a star these days. Joe Hart would be lovely. Morioka would be lovely. Anders Dreyer would be lovely. Carlos Vela and Luis Arajo, I suppose, would be interesting if nothing else. And we've just seen the star rare category. But the tier 1 for the top 5, I can maybe dream about this. A Tani, an Edson Alvarez perhaps, a Velasco, a Mikey Trezor, an Abada. I'd take him for a tier 1, that'd be okay. So some fun cards there. So those are the main kind of competitions. Let's hope we do well there. This one I'm kind of quietly hopeful for as well. Hope Parks is a good game. The Getafe boys should do well. And this prize pool, like, we get a unique up here. So the only thing I'm really interested in, but a tier 1 podium. So even if we podium with this team, you know, maybe we get, there's only 4 cards in it. Wow, so you're going to get one of these 4 guys. So I think you want Shaqiri or Evgen, really, don't you? Really small pool. And then the tier 2 unique pool, but is huge. And I really want the Rodan or the Johnny Russell. Oh, wow, Johnny Russell. I would take a Johnny Russell unique, no problem. I don't see Rodan anymore. Really wanted Rodan, he's not here. I want Johnny Russell then, if we win this, which obviously nothing's even happened yet. Kamada would be lovely. Yeah, so there's a few guys in here I'm all excited for. But that'll bring us to the end of the stream, I think, guys. I've killed enough time towards the end. Let's see what you guys are saying. Just joined late, recap. You're as well just starting from the beginning, it's Gusto. Just wanted to say, have a lovely game week. John O'Nisbet, you too, my man. Have a smashing game week. Why Ralston is not playing? I think Milan Scout, he will be rotated in. Probably not this game. My club has dropped a third in price overnight. Tom Carter must be a lot of limiteds, I'm sure. I'm sorry to hear that. The limited market is the most reactionary. Totti has realised he has a limited Philip Jorgensen, under 23 keeper at Villarreal B. He was featured on the goalkeeper video with McBride. So Totti, you owe him a fist bump. Fucking great, Totti. What a guy. Philip Jorgensen, one to watch out for. Have a great game week, everyone. And the press conference will be live on the channel now. So if you want a giggle, go and check that out. Take care. Have a great game week, everyone. Bye-bye.